is the Pride of India segment, ladies and gentlemen, that we have specially introduced a few years back on behalf of the Times of India Group and of course the backbone of the Times of India Group and the Miss India organization, our Managing Director, Mr. Vineet Jain. Can we give it up for him? Louder, come on guys. Andy, thank you so much for allowing us to actually honor all our victories in front of everybody. But I would also like to mention, and we must together. He's like, I'm not saying anything. Alright. So we have to give it up for the Miss India organization, everybody. Before we move ahead, can we hear a loud cheer for the team? The team that backs the entire vision of this gentleman. Everybody from the Miss India organization, you made history and this is a moment to be proud of. However, before we proceed with the award ending, I'm going to call upon stage my co-host of this segment rather. He of course was the host at Miss World. He was our lucky mascot there. And of course he's single. So I am calling him on stage to partner with me tonight. Sorry? Go for it, right? Exactly. Neha, after what you've done, I have to create history as well, yeah? So, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Let's welcome Bonnie Walsh, ladies and gentlemen. Alright.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me, Natasha.
It's okay. It happens only in India, okay? Right. Bonnie, you traveled with the lady that we're talking about.
I have.
Across, I don't know how many countries. I think some 6.
I think over 10 now.
10?
Yes.
I was going to say 6 continents. However, you just said that.
Yes, so we've been traveling with myself, Manushi, Stephanie, Miss World 2016, and the 6 continental winners. And it is the first time that a Miss World has been to all 6 of those continents. So that's record breaking right there.
The lady has been busy and she doesn't have time for us as we all already know. She's been traveling to 6 continents. Of course, can you tell us what Manushi and the team of Miss World have been doing all across the globe?
Yeah, of course. So since January, we have been making a documentary which will come out later this year, following Miss World and her endeavours with Beauty with a Purpose and the charity work that we do around the world. We started the project in India, of course. We started that in January with Manushi's project on menstrual hygiene. And being a young London lad myself, I was not aware that it was such a big problem, that menstrual hygiene was such a big problem. 330 million women in India don't have access to feminine hygiene, and with the help of the government now and Manushi, we're tackling that head on. So that is an incredible achievement for Manushi.
Woo! Come on, ladies and gentlemen, this deserves a louder round of applause. Right. So I don't think we should waste any more time. Should we just follow?
Let's go straight into it.
Let's do that. Let's do the honors, ladies and gentlemen. The pride of India, our reigning Miss World, Manushi Chellal. It is just unfair that we just keep talking and you don't get a chance to talk, right? I mean, come on, we have to hear something from you right now.
This is the first time I don't have a speech prepared. Thank you. I think when I was landing today in Mumbai, I could see the view that you get from the airplane just before it lands. And I felt very nostalgic because it reminded me 1 year ago when I landed for the Miss India competition. And I could recall every single moment of this journey. This 1 year, the work seems like 10 years, but I can't believe it's just gone by so fast. And every moment has been very precious to me. Pride of India, while watching my crowning video, I realized something, that when they announced the winner, they didn't say Manushi, they didn't say Miss India, but they just said India. And that's the moment I realized that, wow, I've done something much bigger than just for myself. And when at the age of 20, you realize that you've done something for so many people back home, it really gives you a push. And that has been the biggest push, my biggest drive. My country has been my biggest strength that has taken me across these continents. But a big thank you to Times of India and Mr. Vineet Jain. I'd like to share, please bear with me, I'm going to make this a very long speech, but I'd like to share a moment, my first interview when I entered Miss India. I was a contestant in the North Zone in Delhi. I was competing for Miss India Haryana. And being a medical student, I hated being on camera or, having a mic, which I love to do now. I remember walking into the interview and everyone was coming out and everyone was like, Vineet sir is inside, Neha ma'am is inside, and Natasha ma'am. And I was so scared that I couldn't say a single word that day. I think Neha ma'am still recalls my first interview, and I came out with red rashes all over me because I was so nervous. I have never been this nervous in my entire life. But I think that one experience and that belief that, sir, you had in me is what has pushed me to be able to do this for my country. So a very big thank you to the Miss India organization, to Times of India, to everyone who's been a part of my journey, consciously or who's just supported me. And I'd like to say one thing to the girls backstage. I was in the same shoes last year, and I'd like to tell them that one thing that I would completely tell them to do, the winning formula everyone asks me. I don't know what the winning combination is, but the one formula which should always work is to unapologetically be yourself. Because you can never be wrong when you are yourself and when you're true to yourself. So be true to yourself. It doesn't matter who walks out with the crown, because you'll always be a winner. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Manushi, just hold on for a moment there. After Miss World, a lot has happened to your life. I think life's changed, of course. A lot of countries, passport stamps, a lot of travel, and we are all aware of it, but I would like you to throw some light on all your projects that you have been pursuing with Miss World organization, please, so that we know what has been up with you all this while.
A lot. I think I've got to learn so much in the 7 months that I've been reading as Miss World.
Yeah.
We've traveled across the entire globe. Starting from India, I was really happy that the Miss World team came to India for my project on menstrual hygiene. And now we're taking it to Kenya and South Africa. The model has been accepted by my country, and there are other countries who are willing to start that there as well. But one very special experience I'd like to share is from Brazil. I was in a place called Belém, which is towards the Amazon, where there's not much of technology, and people are they don't have access to everything. And I, for the first time in my life, being a medical student, this is shocking. I saw a leprosy colony, which still exists over there. And there was a lady who was 92 years old, the oldest staying over there. And she told us about her story. And I think that's the first time I had a breakdown, because I'm very proud when I walk up to Steve, and I always tell him that I don't cry. I'm a medical student. I've seen the worst. But she was telling about her story that she was a teenager, and when she got pregnant, and the moment she delivered, they saw lesions on her skin, and they came to know she had leprosy. So they immediately took her into this a leprosy colony, where they would keep these people away from the normal crowd, and she could never see her child. Her daughter grew up to be 15. The lady was cured, but she could never see her daughter because her daughter wouldn't accept her back. And that's the life of these people. So this is one of those instances, the things that I've got to see while traveling. But I must say that I'm very fortunate that with the help of Miss World organization and the license holders, they have over 140 countries. I, as a person, as an individual, have a small contribution to make to each of these projects and experience all of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Manashi. Any broken creation rounds? Thank you so much for being the pride of the nation. This doesn't end right here. MD's like, okay, Natasha, what more are you going to do? So this segment is incomplete without Manashi. We honoring the lady who is the backbone of Miss World organization. It's time now to felicitate her, who introduced Beauty with a Purpose, which raises money in support of sick and disadvantaged children. The lady who is actually the pride of the world, as I may say. She has brought a difference to so many lives across the world through Beauty with a Purpose. She's none other than Mrs. Julia Morley. Can you please hear it for her? She is definitely the knight in shining armor. Barney, you've come all the way from London. Where is she?
She unfortunately couldn't be with us tonight, but how fitting to have not one, but two Miss Worlds to receive this award on her behalf. Can we please welcome to the stage Stephanie Delvalde, Miss World 2016.
Especially since she loves India so much. Mrs. Julia Morley is definitely an inspiration to all of us, and she created Beauty with a Purpose in order to create change. But little did she know how incredibly she would impact the lives of so many people all over the world. And like I said before, she is an inspiration to every person that crosses with the Miss World organization and is a role model to everybody. So thank you again so much for this recognition.
Thank you so much, ladies. Manushi, you do us proud. Thank you so much, MD, for this honor. And you want to say something, Manushi?
Yes.
MD. Ladies just cannot stop talking. Women love to talk.
Well, you didn't let me speak during my personal interview, so I'm going to speak now. Well, Mrs. Julia Morley has definitely changed both of our lives, along with the millions of lives that she changes wherever she goes. But I'll just share a story that my first meeting with her was during the personal interview when I was a Miss India contestant. And she told me about how she started Beauty with a Purpose and why she started Beauty with a Purpose, which is a very small story when she traveled to Singapore, where she met an old lady who would clean up street children. And every day go down, she'd feed them, she'd bathe them. And Mrs. Morley would watch from her hotel room and wonder, why does she do it every single day? So one day, she went downstairs and while helping the lady, she asked her, why do you do this every day? Don't you get tired? And that lady replied, and that's something that has been with me through every travel that I've gone on, every tour that I've been on with Miss World. Is it not better to light one candle than not to see at all? And I think that is something which, for us, she's provided young people like us an opportunity to light that one candle in darkness. So thank you so much, Mrs. Morley.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was really sweet indeed. And I would really thank all of you. Can we have one big round of applause for all of them on stage? Thank you, Bharan. Your job is done here, gentlemen. Thank you so much, Emily. Thank you so much for this honor. Thank you, ladies.